Hi, I'm Avery Thomason.
And I'm McKenna Peterson. Welcome to Stategies, your source for authentic, curated content for digital and social media professionals.
In today's episode, we'll explore strategies for boosting Instagram engagement and how you can apply them to grow your audience.
In our tips and tools segment, we'll get a hands-on demonstration on how to find trending sounds.
First, to our question of the day, what's the average engagement rate for small Instagram business accounts? McKenna Peterson asked students to choose between two videos to determine which one they would more likely to engage with on Instagram.
I'm McKenna Peterson with Stategies, and I'm here at BYUI campus, going around and asking students which video they find more engaging and why. So this is number one. Oh. And then two. So one or two?
I'll say one. Personally, I like funny content, so I find the first video to be a lot more appealing to me.
The second one that you showed me, because it skips a lot and it draws my attention to a bunch of different things.
Probably two, just because I'm more of a fast-paced person and I interact with a lot of the things on campus.
Yeah.
And I'm always looking for different things to do with my husband, and so and so probably the second one, just because it kind of shows what campus offers.
Yeah.
And so that would probably pique my interest the most.
Okay. Number one is funny. Now the first one was, but it's funny.
Yeah. One or two?
The second one.
Second?
I thought the first one because it just made me laugh.
Yes.
I was really excited to be here because of the second one. So that one, yeah. Two.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, guys. We'll have the answer to the question of the day later in the podcast.
Engagement is vital to Instagram and is always changing.
Nathan Linehan has been researching engagement on Instagram and is here to tell us how making engaging content on Instagram can help your social media strategy.
While social media was once only a niche platform online where friends could share pictures and posts with one another, it has now evolved into a multi-billion-dollar industry, a platform where users, influencers, brands, and businesses can operate. Engagement on Instagram is measured through various metrics like comments, saves, shares, and likes. With algorithm changes over the years, what posts show up on a user's Instagram feed is now directly influenced by the engagement or the social media metrics. This algorithm-based timeline works based on machine learning and also reduces the traction and limits engagement on posts it considers to be low quality. This change did leave many influencers and businesses with drops in engagement. Understanding engagement is crucial to growing your brand, business, or following on Instagram. Creating high-quality content will lead to an expansion of a broader audience and a boost in growth.
Now that we know more about Instagram engagement, let's chat with an expert on how to improve engagement through content strategy and what that means for digital and social media professionals.
Recently, I spoke with Abby Nelson, a professor in the digital and social media emphasis in the communication department at BYU, Idaho. Let's see to get her insights. Our guest on Strategies today is Abby Nelson. Thank you for joining me today. Abby Nelson is a creative marketing professional with experience in creative and digital marketing, brand management, and campaign strategy. The first question I have for you is, why is knowing your audience key to creating engaging Instagram content?
Yeah, this is where it all starts, right? So we have to know our audience in order to honestly even get to the engaging part. Mm-hmm. If we don't know who they are, we don't know what they're going to engage with. If we don't know what their interests are, if we don't know their age, their demographic, are they on Instagram? You have to start there first. So coming in and saying, who is this person? And understanding beyond demographics, right? We're to the point in marketing where we have to reach beyond that. We have to know their psychographics. We have to know their interests, their opinions, and what activities are they also enjoying? Who else are they following? And so coming in and saying, this is my audience first, right? That's the very first thing. And then going, okay, now let's make content for them. So then you have that value behind everything you produce.
Love that. Okay, which Instagram tools or features are most effective for boosting engagement?
Yeah. So when we use the word boosting, we have to decide, are we boosting as the paid side or are we actually just increasing Instagram engagement? So if we're talking boosting, that's I feel like a whole other conversation of like paid, how we've been there, how we target those certain content we're putting together. But if we're looking at increasing engagement on a feed, we start first with our audience, like we talked about, but then we decide what type of content do people actually engage with. So is it right now we know reels perform really well, and we like how they perform because they give us these big numbers. But if we're actually looking at engagement, reels we're going to get reach. But if we're looking at engagement, are we actually in carousels? Are we presenting polls? Are we active on our own account? One of the best things that I've ever learned is if I'm going to increase engagement, I have to give as much effort to my audience as I'm asking from them. So if they're commenting, I have to comment back. Yeah. If I'm asking a question of them, they're giving me of their time. So am I giving them of my time? Am I going into their accounts when we were very first starting and engaging with them, right? And that's where you create that community. Instagram is fun. Like it's a whole place that we have a community. I mean, I think of people I've followed for years and I still comment on things, right? And so even the features and the way that Instagram evolved, it still stays true to that. This is a community. This is a place where we share things we love. If that's a creator, a brand, a personal account, we have to realize like it all comes down to that. And how do we reach them? How do we increase that engagement is just being authentic at the end of the day and giving them what they're giving us.
Yeah, I love how you said that. Like, if you expect them to interact with your content in a certain way, you need to have that same attitude towards them. I love that. Okay, how can brands and creators build meaningful connections with their audience?
Yeah. So brands and creators, you have to look at it. I'm going to talk about them differently because we do it differently. Mm-hmm. With a brand, ultimately you have to stay true to your brand identity. At the end of the day, right? Sometimes there's a trend or something, you jump on that, but that doesn't always create that meaningful moment, right? It creates quick reach. It creates those vanity moments of we hit a high number. But if we're talking brands and how we create engagement, we're looking at back to your earlier question of just that value, that community, collaborations, right? I think that's what's so fun now is a brand can literally reach out to an influencer or a creator, and that's engagement, right? You're bringing their community into your community and saying, let's do this together, which I just think is so neat and was never even like before this. It was done one-on-one. It was done through huge brand partnerships, but now it's done so intimately, right? We invite people into our homes. And so then you go to the creator side and you are in someone's home and you're sharing behind the scenes content. You're sharing those intimate moments of your life that then you become relatable. You become that authentic self of, okay, you're now a person and we're best friends, right? I think we refer to people we follow as like, hey, did you see this on Instagram? Or did you see that they're doing this? I mean, I have conversations with coworkers and sisters and family members about people who we follow because we're invested into what they're sharing in their content. So
awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah. Okay, which content formats tend to perform out best, and why do you think they are so effective?
Yeah, so content formats. So we're talking reels, carousels, stories. I don't ever want to say that performs best. Yeah. Like ultimately, right? Because it performs best if that's the result I'm looking for. So then we come back to those key performance indicators, our KPIs, and say, right now it's a brand new account and I just have to reach a ton of people. So then in that instance, it's a reel, right? Then your answer is, well, my reel is going to reach the most people. If I'm looking for engagement, it might not be a reel, right? It might be a carousel that you're swiping through and showing your, maybe it's a brand new product and you're showing their features and they're like, oh, wow, now I see all these features. Now let me comment on, engage with it, like it. And then you have stories, which stories are so fun to me because stories is literally for your followers, right? We want to be that bubble they click on I don't know what else you'd call it, but literally the bubble you click on, and then it's polls, questions, right? It's in our hands. It's this or that. It's those moments of I'm truly engaging, but I'm already a follower. And so then it's that that brand of loyalty that you're coming into being like, oh, this is so valuable. So ultimately, like if we ask ourselves what performs best, it's like, well, what's your ultimate goal? What's your objective here? And then saying, yeah, my content is performing best because that's where I need and want it to perform.
Yeah, I like that. You can't expect to get the results you want if it's not like attached to any purpose.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
thank you. Okay, how can creators keep up with trends and stay relevant?
Yeah, I think this is always our goal, right? It's an ever-changing platform. Things are constantly updating. We see, Adam Mosery gets on and he,
Yeah.
Instagram and he's telling us what's going on. We're like, oh, we've got to do that or we've got to try that. And so I think you have to social listening, right? What are your followers wanting? What would they engage with? And then, but if we're really wanting to stay up with it, it's more than just, oh, that song is trending, right? Or I need to jump on that. Those are quick little things you do.
Yeah.
Right, it's a quick little tactic. It's a quick little thing we do. But if we're really wanting to stay on trend, it's understanding our audience at a deeper level and being like, oh, my audience has evolved and changed. Their interests have evolved and changed. Right, when you first start a business, you're like, my audience is 25. 5 years later, is your audience still 25, or did they grow with you? Are they now in their 30s, and do they have different interests? And so, coming back to those, honestly, if you just stay in those foundational, literally advertising principles and marketing, it all comes back. It's just it's literally another platform that we're adapting to. And so when I want to stay current, I read all the articles, right? I follow all the people. I'm going to follow my competitors, see what they're doing. But it comes back down to what does my audience want and what are they going to engage with?
I love that. Well, thanks for taking the time to share your expertise on strategy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Our tip and tool for this week is all about finding trending sounds on Instagram. Vivian Winkleman explored the best methods for discovering viral audios that can boost engagement and help content creators stay ahead of the trends.
Hey guys! Today I'm going to show you how to find trendy audios on Instagram because Instagram makes it really easy to find. Before I show you, I will let you know that most Instagram gurus let us know to find audios between 200K and a little less videos because those are the best for growth. Let's show. So first we're going to go to a video. And you're going to click next. Then you're going to go to the audio. And there's a trending, you're going to click on that. And anything in here under 200K is what we're looking for. So this one is only 6,000, so that might have a lot of opportunity for growth. Click on it, listen to it, make sure it's something you like, fits with the video, and there it is. There's also times where I will like a video I'm watching and want to use the sound, so I click this button right here. I can look at the views, but there's also this button right here. You can go right to trending by using that. Hopefully this way you can find some awesome audios and use them in your next video.
Okay, back to question of the day. What's the average engagement rate for small Instagram business accounts?
The average engagement rate for the Instagram business accounts with fewer than 10,000 followers is 0.98%.
All right, that's all for our episode of Strategizing today. In our next episode, they will be talking about growing your audience.
Thanks for hanging out with us today to talk engagement.